Digimon. Yeah, I stuttered, but this game had me glitching in real life too. Digimon Story Time Stranger dropped in October 2025, and for the first time since I was a wee lad glued to the 99 anime, I found myself diving back into the digital world. Growing up, I was caught between the Pokemon craze and the Digimon chaos, basically consuming as much monster catching propaganda as humanly possible. But with even all the Digimon games released over the years, none of them really caught my attention. I've always been more of a casual Digimon fan, not a hardcore tamer. But then I saw the trailer for Time Stranger, and suddenly I was raising an eyebrow like DiCaprio.
You had my curiosity, but now you have my attention.
I was already looking for a monster catching game to hold me over until ZA, so I figured, why not? Now after nearly 3 months with the game, yes, I know, I'm late, I can finally say it.
Your savior is here!
Digimon Story Time Stranger takes the monster catching formula and dials it up to 11. This is what a modern monster catching game should feel like. Fast, strategic, and constantly engaging. Since this was my first real Digimon game, I didn't know what to expect beyond catch monsters, battle monsters. But the scanning system hooked me immediately. Every time you encounter a Digimon in battle, you scan it as data. Hit 100% and you can convert it into a partner. Hit 200% and you get a stronger version with boosted stats. Trust me, that extra power matters more than you think. I learned this the hard way. Kabuma. You run a team of 6 Digimon, 3 out on the field and 3 as reserve. Technically 4 on the field because Ageomon is always with you as a main character. He's basically gonna be your digital ride or die. One thing I truly enjoyed is how your Digimon can walk with you. You can ride certain Digimon, and you can interact with them personally. Digimon gets a pass though because they actually talk, but the fact that the game lets you bond with your partners in ways Pokemon keeps giving us and then taking away from us is wild to me. This should be the standard for monster catching games going forward. It's not just about collecting creatures, it's about forming a connection with them. I caught them, so let me hang out with them. Let me build a friendship that lasts the whole journey. Let's talk combat. Battles can be 3v1, 3v2, or 3v3, but you can always have 3 Digimon on the field. And let me tell you, this combat system is what I wish Pokemon had evolved into years ago. It's turn-based, but not in a stale way. Every fight pushes you to think. You can't just mash attack and hope for the best. You have to plan, swap, buff, debuff, and actually use your items. And here's something that I loved. Using items or cross arts doesn't consume your turn. This saved my life more times than I can count, especially during these boss fights. And it adds tension, strategy, and reward, something that Pokemon desperately needs right now. Speaking of cross arts, your agent has a futuristic phone that literally turns into a gun. This man is a seasoned aura farmer because if I saw someone whip this out in real life, I would be dropping cash immediately. Cross arts give you special abilities in battle depending on what you equip. Strike fires a laser that deals massive damage. That was my go-to move. Heal restores your HP and SP. Field gives you temporary boost to all stats for 2 turns. And there are plenty of other cross arts that give you buffs, debuffs, or utilities. It's stylish, it's fun, and it adds another layer of strategy to the combat. Your phone can also scan Digimon to reveal their stats and weaknesses. The typing system is simple but deep. Vaccine beats virus, virus beats data, and data beats vaccine. Then you have elemental types layered on top. Fire, water, grass, etc. Combine these and you can deal 200% and 300% of damage. I have also seen higher, but rarely. Or you can deal 50% of damage if you are at a disadvantage. The game gives you room to learn this naturally, and by the end I felt like an expert in type matchups. A small detail that I loved that was present during battles was this feature right here. This allows you to speed up the progress of battles and can increase by up to 5 times. This could have easily been left out, but the devs added it anyway. And it's a lifesaver during grinding sessions, especially when you don't have enough anomaly points to upgrade your agent's skill tree, like I did. Let me talk about the side missions. Do the side missions. Let me repeat that. Do the side missions. They give you anomaly points, which are absolutely essential, not just for evolving your Digimon, but for upgrading the agent skill tree. And this is where the real power comes in. Anomaly points let you improve your Digimon's stats, reduce evolution requirements, unlock new cross arts, upgrade cross arts to hit harder or heal more, and access higher tier evolutions earlier than normal. Upgrading the skill tree makes a huge difference. It's the reason some players suddenly jump into Champion, Ultimate, or even Mega forms way earlier than expected. Meanwhile, I was out here grinding like a caveman because I ignored side missions early on. Don't be like me. The game also provides their own version of TMs, items you can use to teach your Digimon new moves. These were lifesavers for me, especially when preparing for boss fights. Sometimes your Digimon's natural moveset just isn't enough, and giving them a stronger attack or a better support move can completely change the outcome of a tough battle. For me, being able to customize your team's moveset adds another layer of strategy, and it helped me adapt when I needed specific coverage or higher damage output. The evolution system is one of the most fun parts of the game. Evolutions aren't linear. One Digimon can evolve into multiple forms depending on your choices, and thanks to the agent skill tree, you can reduce evolution requirements or boost stats to unlock higher forms earlier. Some designs are edgy and cool, some are goofy, and some are fan service. Looking at you, Starmon. There's also de-digivolving, which boosts your Digimon stats in the long run. I'll be honest, I'm still figuring out the deeper mechanics behind it, but even at a basic level, it's clear that the system rewards planning and experimentation. But every new evolution felt like opening gifts on Christmas Day. Absolutely worth it.
Ooh. What is this, Alphamon? You're a holy knight? You're going on my team. Yep. Grinding.
Between cross arts, items that don't consume your turn, and the ability to teach new moves via TMs, pretty sure that's not what they were called, the game gives you a ton of tools to prepare for tough encounters. When I had to face certain bosses, teaching my Digimon stronger moves was the difference between getting folded and actually standing a chance. But I like that the game doesn't hold your hand. Enemies hit hard, and bosses hit harder, but the difficulty feels fair. Like the game is saying, I believe in you, now think. And honestly, that made every victory feel earned. Now let's talk about the enemies, specifically the bosses, because this game does not play around. Wild Digimon are fine, but the bosses, they woke up and chose violence. Let me introduce you to Parrotmon, this oversized electric bird who bullied the life out of me. I walked into the fight thinking it'd be a casual warm-up. Nah, Parrotmon folded me multiple times like I was a rookie tamer who wandered into the wrong neighborhood. It took me more than 3 tries to beat this thing, and every attempt was a reminder that this game expects you to use your items, your brain, and your entire pantry of stat boosters. Some bosses have 2 or even 3 phases, and each one hits harder than the last. If you lose enough times, the game offers a lower difficulty option. But I was stubborn. I wanted to beat them at the intended level. So I swapped team members, stocked up on boosters, upgraded moves, and did the classic grinding session. As stressful as these fights were, I loved them. They felt like real tests of how much I'd grown since the start of the game. This isn't one of those games where you hoard items and never use them. I was using everything. Coming in with a Pokemon trainer mentality did not help me here. This game wants strategy, not button mashing. The voice acting in Time Stranger is surprisingly solid. Most of the cast brings real emotion to their lines, which helps the characters feel alive and keeps you invested in the story. There were only a few moments where the delivery fell off. Minervamon, for example, sounded like she was reading lines into a mic.
Let's sort out our situation first. Ask me anything you want, Egg Thief.
Egg Thief.
I'm Minervamon, and I came to this world on a certain mission.
I'm not sure if that was a stylistic choice or just a flat performance, but it did pull me out of the moment a bit. Still, the overall voice work is strong and honestly is something Pokemon should take notes on. The music also deserves credit. It sets the tone perfectly, whether you're exploring, battling, or dealing with emotional story beats. The soundtrack adds atmosphere without overwhelming the scene. I personally really enjoyed the theme to Abyssal Area because of how soothing and relaxing it sounds. Run, run, run. Now let's move on to the story, and I will leave it as spoiler free. as to not ruin the magic for the game. The story in Digimon Time Stranger is surprisingly easy to follow, and it plays out like a really good anime. The digital world and the real world are locked in a conflict that leads to a catastrophic incident 8 years into the future. An event so devastating it wipes out both worlds after a Digimon invasion hits the real world. You play as an agent sent back in time to prevent a disaster. Along the way, you meet characters like Inori and Aegyomon, who become your primary companions throughout the journey. And while I'm not going to spoil anything, as I said, I will say this: there are moments that will make you go, "What?" What I loved is how the game drops subtle hints about what's coming. The growing bond between Inori and Aegyomon, the motivations of certain Digimon, and the mysterious warnings that the other agent who briefs you throughout the story lets you in on. She constantly reminds you of your mission and gives you clues about what might have caused the incident in the first place. Time travel plays a major role in the narrative, but it's handled in a clean, creative way. You'll go back in time to moments right before the Digimon becomes corrupt or dies, giving you a chance to change the outcome and alter the future. Time travel stories can get messy real quick, but this game keeps it grounded and easy to follow, making you feel like you're genuinely shaping the timeline. The story also explores themes of loss, death, grief, and acceptance, especially early on when you learn about the people Inori has lost that she held dear. I was impressed with how the game handled these mature topics, especially considering Digimon is often seen as a franchise aimed at younger audiences. But then I remembered, the original '99 anime tackled heavy themes too. Loss, identity, struggles, fear of growing apart from friends. Time Stranger taps into the same emotional depth. That's why the story feels so much like playing through an anime, and it delivers on the feeling from start to finish. After spending nearly 3 months with Digimon Story Time Stranger, I can honestly say this game surprised me in the best ways. It's not just another monster catching RPG, it's a thoughtful, emotional, and genuinely challenging experience that respects your time and your intelligence. The gameplay is strategic and rewarding. The story is engaging without being overly complicated, and the themes of loss, grief, and acceptance hit harder than I expected. The music and voice acting bring the world to life, and even with a few flat performances here and there, the overall presentation is strong. What stood out to me the most is how much the game trusts you. It doesn't hold your hand, it doesn't baby you. It gives you the tools, the systems, and the freedom to grow as a tamer. And when you finally overcome those tough boss fights, or change the outcome of a major event, it feels earned. If you're a Digimon fan, this is a must play. If you're a Pokemon fan looking for something deeper and more strategic, this might be exactly what you've been waiting for. And if you're like me, someone who grew up with the anime but never really dove into the games, Time Stranger is the perfect entry point. Digimon Story Time Stranger didn't just meet my expectations, it reminded me why I love monster catching games in the first place. If you made it this far into the video, thank you. Seriously, I appreciate it. I'm going to be doing more of these videos going forward. It's a new year and I wanted to pivot into something that feels fresh for me. Something I can actually enjoy without burning out. So if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and subscribe. I've got a few more videos lined up for your enjoyment. And leave a like, it genuinely helps me out more than you think. And that's where I'm going to leave it off because it is 4 AM and I need sleep. Until next time.